So, yeah.
This is Inside a Hero's Mind.
And we're still waiting for the hero.
Yeah, okay. I'm Sharpe, here with my father and co-host, Leo Marshall.
How you doing, everybody?
And we're here to just discuss things on our mind. Dive into some military stuff probably once every so often, more often than not probably.
Yeah, or conspiracy stuff.
Conspiracy stuff.
I got an expert in it.
The news. We're going to hit you with everything.
And
we're going to hope that people like listening to this, right?
That's true.
This has been a few months in the making.
A few months in the making. Are you going to tell them what we started off with, first of all, in that shed?
Well, we'll release that eventually. Once we all get to listen to it, and maybe we'll drop that and see if you guys are interested.
Well, see, now that was Paul, right? My brother. Mm-hmm. My brother from another mother, as I've got plenty of those. But he talks these conspiracy theories, right? You've heard them. Right?
How long have you known Paul?
Hell, I met Paul in 1989.
It's a long time ago.
It's a very long time ago. It's a very long time. He's a good friend, one of the best friends.
You met him in the Guard or the Army?
I met him in the Army at Fort Hood, Texas.
Fort Hood, Texas.
Yes.
And you used to live in Texas, right? Was it just Fort Hood? You guys just lived there on base?
Yeah, we lived on post.
And then you guys lived in Arizona.
Well, that was before. We lived in Arizona
prior,
first.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know my okay, so started in Arizona.
Sure.
With the birth of my daughter.
That little redheaded.
Then came back to Indiana. Yes, that little redhead, that little princess. Then we came back to Indiana, and I decided to join the Army, and I went to basic and AIT, and then.
So you went from Indiana to Arizona to Indiana to Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
Back and forth.
Okay.
A lot of windshield time.
You live anywhere else in your lifetime besides those 3 states?
Alone or married?
Alone.
Okay, Germany.
Okay.
No, okay,
all right.
Well, see, the Army sent me a lot of places.
Okay.
So if you want to go there, I got lots of different places.
Well,
but no, it's been just Indiana, Arizona, and Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your favorite place to live?
I liked Texas.
Really?
I do.
Texas, the Lone Star State.
The Lone Star State. I liked Arizona.
You get a cowboy hat, a horse, some assless chaps, dance around?
No, I didn't.
Just a uniform and Army stuff
and jeans and T-shirts off of duty. But I liked Arizona. We lived in the Grand Canyon, right?
Right.
Lived there, and worked there, and so it was great about the Grand Canyon is you had all 4 seasons. It was beautiful. You had you could hike down the canyon early mornings at Hermit's Rest, I think it was, with the sun's coming up. It's a really beautiful place, but I liked Texas with the more sunny days, more heat, warmer out. Then that's where I met Paul.
You met Paul in Texas. You really like Texas more?
I did.
Huh. Oh, it didn't really snow there very much, did it?
No, very rarely. Very rarely. Anyway, so that's where it began with that. And then I had other friends, they hard to believe.
Yeah, what's up?
Hard to believe. They ended up, one person, ETS, he got out of the Army, had some problems with his wife. And then the other got orders to Germany, and Paul had orders to Germany. And then your mother, said, "You've been gone too long. I hate the separations." And other things. He said, "I'm not going to go to Germany because I had orders." Mm-hmm. But then I ended up getting out of the Army there because it was either Germany or a family.
And you chose the family. How'd that end up for you?
Well, we're sitting here, aren't we? We're still here. So, there's a lot of different things that went on. But with Paul.
Okay.
My brother.
Yes.
Are we ready for this?
Yeah, just lay it on us.
Well,
what did he have to say?
Well, Paul, backstory, he's got a lot of conspiracy theories. He's a big Trump fan. A lot of bad things going on because of the government.
He's on the right side so far that people start to wonder, like, are you really?
Yeah,
really?
But, he thinks they're crazy, that they don't get it.
He thinks the people on the right are crazy, or just everyone else?
He thinks everybody's crazy because they don't get this.
Oh, so
the right and the left.
So he's not one to see all sides.
No, he sees one side. He
And
sees
that's his side.
conspiracy, right?
That's wonderful.
So he's talking about this virus thing I got here. He's texted me. You got to look at this virus in China. It's much worse than we're being told. Then he talks about a video. Then he talks about the video. Chinese authorities loading people into metal boxes and hauling them away. And the hospital that was built is a death camp. It's much more worse. This was no act of nature. And he says, this is my opinion. Watch the video. Wuhan Fangkang Hospital.
Can you say that again?
Not, well, just the same, probably not any better. Wuhan Fangkang Hospital. And I tried to bring it up. I got nothing. So, but
Okay.
I think he's in the dark web. I think Paul's in the dark web.
That's always fun. I don't know. I've never delved into conspiracies that much. There's the biggest one I've heard, of course, is 9/11. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've heard
Inside
that one too.
job. Bush did it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a thing. Let's kill thousands of people.
Yeah, I don't buy that conspiracy theory either.
No.
I just don't know why. But people will come up with anything, just like watching Ancient Aliens. I don't know if it's on the History Channel or Discovery. Probably History because
those people are crazy.
Yeah,
Well, okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but those people are nuts, right?
I think they are. I think that it's just all about ratings. I think come up, especially with the History Channel. You try watching that. You got your Mountain Men, you got your all kinds of other stuff, and it's all played. It's all scripted. And so
there's no such thing as reality TV.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
So now we sit here trying to discuss things. What do you want to discuss?
Things.
Well, I'm okay.
Yeah? How you doing today? How's school?
School.
This man is also some would call him a teacher, but
not a teacher.
He's an instructor.
I'm an Army instructor.
He's an Army instructor.
Right.
He teaches high school kids and loves every second of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do. I love it.
Do you like it? Do you like the kids? Like,
if they don't bother me,
of course. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I feel like that's a lot of teachers, answer.
Yeah, it is.
You like shaping,
molding,
the youth,
right? I do.
Helping them become better people.
Yes.
Members of society.
This is true.
Then there's the shitbags.
Well, they're gonna have
troubled.
Some of them. You're gonna have some troubled children who are just, it's just hard for them. It's hard for them to come to school. Sometimes they get made fun of. Teachers demand things of them because
can you relate with those children at all on any from your childhood?
Not really.
No.
But I try to have empathy.
Yeah. Well, you got to. You always feel bad for the kids that.
See, the thing is, we're working with these kids, and I have no problem in the classroom time and in the after school stuff, the groups that we have with Color Guard Drill. But when they come into my classroom at 3:00 in the afternoon, half an hour after school is out, is crying because their boyfriend just broke up with them, or giving a hard time because his friends don't like him and they shoot him away from the lunch table, and I've got to sit and listen to this for an hour.
And all you want to say is, nut up. It's going to get better.
It's going to get better. I try to tell them that in the nicest way possible. In the nicest way possible.
Because, let's be real. You're so far past that stage in your life.
It's true.
It's hard to connect with that. Even if you didn't have those problems in high school, middle school, even elementary school.
Oh, I had problems.
Yeah. It was a different time, though.
Yeah, in the 50s and the 50s. I was born late 50s.
Yeah,
59.
the latest 50.
The latest.
You
50.
were born
6
in the
months
latest
before
50.
1960. Yeah, that's right. But I forgot what I was going to say now. See, I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to say now. I'm losing my train of thought.
Talking about children.
I tell all the girls.
Not just empathizing with them.
Well, I tell all the girls. Well, I tell all the girls how I connect to the little girls. I say, hey, boys are jerks, men are assholes. You just got to learn it now.
And sooner or later, you'll find one that's not so much of an asshole.
We're all the same. So
Mom was telling me a very funny story today while we were having lunch. We were talking about things, and somehow relationships came up, and she brought up your first date.
My first date with her?
Yeah.
Oh.
And she was talking about how, you know, meeting you was such a shock to her because of, how she grew up.
Yeah.
And she said, he was such a gentleman, opening up doors for me, paying for things. We must have gone 4 different places. We had a blast, and we didn't even really do anything. And then she talked about how she mentioned how you told her that she made you go broke because of that night.
That's right, she did.
Going to the ATM
I
so
went
many
and
times.
took out every last dime I had
Well,
just because of this girl. What the hell?
And then she chased you to Arizona, right?
She chased me. Yes, she did. Yeah, she was something else. She was something else. I just got to get him out of my system, she said.
Yeah, that's what. So
that's not what happened.
You moved to Arizona just to get out, right?
I moved to Arizona because I needed to get out of Northwest Indiana.
Right.
I needed to try something different, and I always like change. There's 3 things in life that are constant: death, taxes, and change. And I just love change. I love different things happening in my life, going different roads. And I was excited about it. I put an application in at a job fair.
At a job fair?
At a job fair, yeah.
Huh.
And 2 weeks later, I got a letter saying, "Hey, if you're still interested, this such and such a date starts. You can be our sales auditor."
So there was no interview. There was no nothing. You just
the interview at the table at the job fair.
Oh, so the people from Arizona or the company
yeah,
was there.
Right.
So a job fair usually has thousands of people go to it.
They had thousands of people there, yeah.
And they had actual interviews just there?
They talked to you. They looked at your resume.
So you set up an interview from the job fair somewhere in Northwest Indiana?
No. It was easier than that. I went to this thing and it said Grand Canyon National Park. And then, some other, realize your dream kind of thing. So I went up there and I had my resumes I was handing out to other places, NIPSCO, Inland Steel at the time, and some other places. And so I walked up and I handed my resume. He said, "So you spent 4 years in the Air Force. You worked in the accounting field?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What'd you do?" I said, "Well, I ordered all the, fuel, petroleum oils, all that stuff to make the planes go. Every day I ordered it and it came in and I had to track it. Well, we got an opening for a sales auditor." I said, "A sales auditor?" He says, "You know what that is?" I said, "No, but I can learn."
Look at you.
He says, "Well, yeah, I was never afraid to go try different things." So I got in my car, which was a Subaru 5-speed.
Stick shift?
Stick shift. Oh,
wow.
I love stick shifts. I drove it all the way out there with all the money I had in the world. How much? Do you remember how much it was?
$3,000.
It was $3,000. That's all I had to my name, in a little duffel bag in the back with a few clothes.
There was a lot more money back then, though, right? Well, not a lot more.
All I needed was, in my mind at that time, I needed just enough money to get to Arizona. I'm getting a job,
right?
So it doesn't matter. And I didn't spend too much money. I slept in flea bag hotels, and and at the time the speed limit was only 55
on the freeway.
On the freeway.
Is it freeway or highway, or are they the same thing?
Well, if you're not paying for them, then they're free. If they're paying for them, they're toll roads. So
okay, I said highway, freeway, not.
They're all
freeway.
Highways, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
But if it's free, it's free. If it's cost, it costs. Yes.
That checks out most things.
So I drive out there, and I got there, and your mother followed, and
she followed.
She just followed.
How long were you out there before
she followed?
She followed, yeah.
Before she came out, chased me down. You'll have to ask her. I don't remember. It wasn't that long.
And you
spent about a year there, a little over.
How personal do you mind getting in this? If we're putting it out,
depends on if your mother kicks my ass for anything I say that I shouldn't say.
Okay, so
because I'm still afraid of her.
We all are. So, prior to you leaving Indiana, did you two break up?
Prior to us leaving?
No, you leaving to go to Arizona.
Yes.
So you two broke up.
Well, I told her I was going.
Okay.
She said, okay. I said, you should think about coming.
Oh, there it is.
That was the last thing I said to her until I started calling her almost every week over the phone.
Look at that.
She still chased me. It's still my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So were you in a relationship in Arizona prior to Mother coming out there?
No.
Nobody?
No. I made some good friends and just did a little bit of drinking.
A little bit?
Little bit.
Just drinking.
Just drinking.
Yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
Well, when you're old. Well, I wasn't old back then. How old? I was about
my age, younger.
No, let's see.
Well, if Mom had Amanda at what, 21, 22?
21, I think.
And then, so you were at least 27, 28?
Yes, exactly.
Man, look at that.
Did math. And yeah, and growing up, I was never afraid to try new things, and I was never afraid that if I quit a job, that I wouldn't get another one. I wasn't afraid to just get out there and do it, and change.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that stuff I found it exciting. Nowadays, my life just revolves around working, coming home to your mother on the couch, watching TV.
It's good stuff.
That's yeah, it's pretty mundane, pretty lazy.
It's been a long time coming, though.
Yeah,
a lot of things.
Sometimes I think I deserve it, but then every time I look at my gut and I get on a scale and I'm 230 pounds, I think I got to start doing something else.
You're older now.
I am older, but
how old are you now?
60.
60.
I was be 61 in April.
Look at that.
61 in April. It's hard to believe.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't look it, you don't look a day over 40, Dad.
Yeah, I know. The kids will say that when they find out how old I am. You don't look older than 58, 59. Thank you. Appreciate that,
couple years.
Yeah,
thanks, kids.
Anyway, we're going to try and make this more interesting than it is here today. Because honestly, I believe that when we start talking about certain things that other people are interested in, they'll listen more. And hopefully we'll have good advice, or at least stories
that
people can relate to.
Where do you want to move on from here then? We could just, BS a little, talk about your background. Let the people get to know you.
It sounded very sarcastic.
Why? That's not sarcastic. People want to know about you.
What do they want to know, Sharpe?
What? Who? Why?
You know what? The most often asked question is every year, at the beginning of school with new kids. What do you think the number one question is? Did you kill anybody? How many people did you kill? All the time. Still, the kids will always say that.
Blows my. I stopped asking that question after like 8th grade.
That was they're for like 13, 14 years old. They won't.
That's not a question you ask.
It isn't, but they're kids and they're desensitized to the gaming.
True. Not even gaming. I feel like with
TV, movies,
social media, even there's so much on there that they don't think about how it affects a person.
No, it's not real.
What they do. Yeah, it's not real to them.
Nope.
It's not real to a lot of adults either. I've known this girl I knew. Her dad used to play video games all the time. I told you this story the other day.
Yes, you did. We were at dinner, right?
We were at dinner. We were all hanging out, and one day, I guess her dad had his own little room and still played video games. This boomer. He's a boomer. So that caught me off guard as it was.
Boomer.
But so we're sitting down, and I'm trying to connect and talk to him, just make conversation about it. He goes, "Oh, you play?" I go, I wanted to say, yeah, I'm 16, 17, 18, however old I was. Of course I play video games like this.
I think you were 17 back then.
Maybe. And he goes, "Oh, your dad play any? Your dad play?" And I just, in my mind, all I wanted to say was, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "No, he did the real thing in real life. I don't think he needs to submit himself to this anymore."
Besides, I'm no good at it.
Oh man,
I am
so
no good.
Bad.
I know. What was it? You killed me with a knife, and I had I stopped playing after that.
But I feel like that's how. In my mind, that's how your parents are supposed to be at video games. They're not supposed to connect that well.
Yeah, parents should fall into those parental roles.
The most we connected over a video game is we were at somewhere on vacation, I think, or you and I just went out on one of our guys' nights out.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of those. Yeah, good times. Good times.
But we came across an arcade game. What was it? Galactica. At the table, the 2 buttons.
Oh yeah.
What's it called?
That's a good damn question. I used to play that when I was a kid a lot.
Exactly. And that's all you said. You got so giddy, and it was the funniest thing in the world. You sat down and go, Sharpe, do you have any quarters? I go, what? He goes, I used to play this all the time. And it was just a game. You had 2 buttons on the side.
That's it.
Or it was 1 button and a stick.
You get a stick and a button because the button was shooting and you were moving left and right.
You had to move the spaceship around.
Oh, I bet you if you ask Ralph, he'd know it. Space Invaders, maybe.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe. But that's the only time.
Yeah.
That's the only time we've connected. I mean, and not even really connected because it's not like I was in places doing that. But that was kind of funny.
Yeah, I think the funniest night for your guys' night out. When did we start doing those?
Mom was still working at the Radisson, and obviously Amanda was older, so she was with her friends.
What grade were you in? You remember?
Elementary school, maybe. Younger than that.
Yeah.
Well,
guys' night out, pizza.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Tease pizza.
All the time.
Yeah, over there. I remember that was the first time I tried frog. Maybe the only time I've ever tried frog legs.
They were terrible.
They were bad.
I've tried snails there. It's terrible.
It's not a plate.
It's not. You go to T's to get pizza, and you eat pizza. Yeah.
Pizza and pasta. You don't get the delicacies from other countries or coasts.
No.
Because there's no other countries or coasts.
No.
In bumfuck Indiana.
Yeah, I know. But
what's the best fish you think you can get around here?
The best fish?
Fresh fish, because we have Lake Michigan.
I think Lake Perch.
Lake Perch.
I think so, because they get it right out here. Farther out into the lake, but yeah. And walleye, but walleye's more north, I believe. But right out here, they get more Lake Perch. I remember when, and bluegill too. I remember when me and Jeff Burchell, we went fishing one time.
That's a long time ago.
It is a long time ago.
I can't remember the last time those families hung out.
Yeah, no, Jeff is a good guy.
I enjoy all of my friends and maybe not so friends' parents anymore. I hung out with a lot of people when I was younger. I had a lot of different friends, a lot of different groups. I didn't really have one connect. The only friend that really stuck with me, that sounds bad because I still talk to a lot of people, but Drew. I talk to him all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I knew Mark, Braden, Gio, all them lived around the street.
Yeah, it was something to have everybody close by.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
But I remember, first year of kindergarten, because I had it twice. Guess I didn't learn my blocks very well. But I hung out with a bunch of people then, and then second year in kindergarten, me, Guy, and Scotty were in classes together all the time.
Yeah, you guys were always in trouble from what I understand.
Oh, man. We got sent to the principals 2 or 3 times a year, at least. Until they finally brought the parents in, I guess, and said they can't. They cannot be in the same class anymore.
I remember that. What about when you gathered all your friends whenever Max would get loose?
Oh man,
those are some days.
We had a dog when I was younger, and great dog, friendly, nice, but would just run. You couldn't leave a gate open.
Nope.
And he would go on he never got too far.
Well, how far was he? Is he close to where the new school is? One time, were they?
The middle school?
No. The new
Mundell?
No. The new school, the high school.
I don't think he's ever gotten that far. I don't think he ever went down 10th Street. I think we found him near 10th Street.
Okay.
Because he'd always run towards the park, Trinity.
Yeah.
We'd always find him. Hell, I don't know. We found him so many places.
He would go everywhere. I found him across Lincoln, across the busy street. That's not what I was always worried about, him getting hit by a car. Because I wasn't worried about anything else but that. But your mother was always worried that somebody would steal him because he was purebred.
He was.
He was a good dog.
He was a good dog. Rest in peace. But Flynn is a fantastic dog.
Yeah, he doesn't go anywhere.
That's the best dog I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It's good because, we didn't really train this dog at all, but it stays right by you.
Yeah.
It comes to you when you call. It doesn't go chasing other people. No, it doesn't.
He doesn't need a leash.
No.
Half the time. I mean, I put him on when I take him for a walk. I put it on him sometimes going across streets, but otherwise, nothing, man. Nothing at all.
I know. So, did you take your pants today back?
I did take my pants.
Did you get new ones?
I got some new pants today.
Did they fit?
I tried them on this time.
Okay.
The thing is,
if you try stuff
I've got
on,
some thick ass thighs.
you do. You have
legs in general. No ass. I've got a very long back.
Yes, you do.
But ladies, don't let that keep you away.
Oh my gosh, you're trying to flirt on this initial. No. Oh my God.
But
I don't want to be a part of this.
Well, you're here now.
This is embarrassing.
But yeah. So I even had to try 2 or 3 pair on today because I would take a pair and I would put one leg on and it would just suck to my calf and I no, one leg was enough. So it's tough shopping for a person my size because you can't go to the big and tall stores because there's no tall. It's just for fat people.
Oh, is it really?
It's like, here's a 58 waist and a 32 length. Or here's a quadruple X, extra wide.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
No, I need an XL long, please. And some tapered pants that don't suck to my ankles.
You got some wingspan there, I tell you.
It's tough. We were out there today. And all these stores, we went in Banana Republic. I found one. All these clothes stores now are made for people like half men. They're just children, children of humans.
Yeah, they don't.
It's incredible.
I don't know how they stay in business.
I don't know how they reach the top shelf. It's crazy, these people. Now, that's not heightest of me. It's just little people, man.
Little people? Well,
your
then you'd have some against your sister.
Some better jeans, all right?
You talk to your sister about that. We have the best jeans possible.
We do.
We gave you the best jeans possible. You got to live with the jeans you got.
But I'm not talking about women. Short women, like, what? Girls?
I'm talking about just guys that are too short.
Yeah. Average woman height is average woman height. The average height of a woman is like, what, 5'6", 5'8"?
I think it's
5'6" because I think the average man is 5'8".
Or 5'9",
Yeah.
So, I don't know what else to talk about here.
This was a good way for people just to get to know us a little.
Maybe.
Say hi, this is who we are. We're not going to be serious, and when we do, we'll still bring in some comedic relief. Because nobody needs all that seriousness. The world is too serious.
Too serious?
Too serious.
Why
just chill out.
Serious?
Yeah.
Like that guy in that movie Batman, right?
That guy in that movie, the Joker?
Yeah.
Heath Ledger?
Yeah. Why is he so serious?
Well, that is the first installation of Inside a Hero's Mind. Thank you, and we'll be back eventually. Once we figure out how to do this more consistently, we'll grace you with our presence more often. I'm sure you'll be able to find us on YouTube. And eventually we're going to get a camera up in this bitch, and so you can see our faces and how pretty we are.
Now
and
that could be scary over
how
here.
Lucky my father was to have a son that looks like he does.
Yeah, buddy.